Hi, Nick Duffy here from Nick Duffy Golf and MMG Golf Performance. Here to do a quick little talk about basically sequencing up in the downswing. Basic continuation video from last week, talking a little bit about the takeaway sequence and how it's going to improve whenever you make a swing change. The biggest thing, we don't want to make a swing change to try to find a position, but then get our bodies so out of sequence, it'll never get any better. We'll see no improvement from that. So overall, we're going to talk a little bit about how to build power in the downswing, how to get the club to shallow in the downswing, and then how to get the most out of our swing. So how to get the most efficiency out of our golf swing is very, very key. As you'll see in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the order that our body's going to go in the downswing and how we're going to get ourselves to do it. So starting out, we're going to talk a little bit about the correct order in the downswing. So we've already made a good backswing, starting out with the club, arms, torso, hips up to the top. So it's kind of the correct order, or I say at least as close an order as we could get. I'm going to use a shift board to help you kind of see the next part. So it's going to be our downswing. So we've already made that good backswing again to the top. And now we're going to start the downswing. And how we're going to do it, it's going to be a little movement of the hips. Okay? Hips, torso, arms, and then club. That lining it up is going to almost have like a little bit of chain effect on the downswing. So we're going to be able to get this club to the top in a good order, and then the pulling of our hips, torso, arms. It's going to delay the hit with the hands, or should I say the club head, a little bit longer, get a little bit more out of the shot so we get maximum power and a little bit more consistent shallowing of the club in the downswing. So I know there's a lot of people on the internet nowadays always talk about shallowing the club. I've seen some kind of funky ways to do it. I would definitely say if you're just trying to go to the top and get your arms to just drop, that is not the most effective way. You can do it, I just wouldn't advise it. I would say being able to use the force of your pivot and the sequencing of your downswing to help that club shallow on its own. It's a much more effective way to do it. I know I kind of do it on my own without having to worry about it too much. It's almost like too much at times, but definitely it is the easier way to build power and, should I say, correct shallowing of the club on the downswing. All right, so now, how are we going to get ourselves to work on that? Because it's one thing to say, okay, this is what we're doing in the backswing, this is what we're doing in the downswing, all right, do it. I like to always go back to what I've said before in other videos, progression drills. So if we're working on this move, which is very much a timing-based move, we can definitely work on making a very good backswing first. Pause at the top. Then we're going to work on, from the top down, feeling like the order is going to start the way down. So once again, the order would be hips, torso, arms, then club. What we don't want to do, once again, is just try to let the club just drop from the top. We need to let our pivot help that club guide it a little bit on the way down. Just a way to feel it. Once again, this is not universal for everybody. Rory likes to start with a little bit of arms first, then hips, torso, and as he goes. So this sequencing does work a little different for most people, or for a lot of people. But if you get the order as close to this one as you can, you're not going to really go that far off. So a very easy way to work on it there. My next step in the progression would be doing slow motions. So once again, we're going to start slow. That way we kind of feel ourselves change direction. So it's going to be almost like, once again, club starting the whole thing on the way back, hips, slower body, torso starting the way down. We keep a very good conscious effort in those drills and work on them diligently in the motion like I just showed you. Don't try to speed it up. Don't try to hit as hard as you can to start. That's the way you'll help build them in. 5-ball sets is always a great way for me to get my clients to make big swing changes. If you're just trying to get out here and rip full swings as hard as you can, once again, like we talked about before, it's not a great way to efficiently make a swing change. So, all right, at the end of the day, let's work on our downswing pivot to help our sequencing and get the most out of our shots. And once again, if you like the video you just watched, please hit subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, let me know how we did. If there's any subjects you'd like for another video, please let me know in the comments. That way I can try my best to get those loaded up for you. Hopefully this helps you out and we can make you a better golfer. Thanks.